We're just a tad ahead of the sunrise this morning. Good morning, everybody. So this will be our last Galilee sunrise stroll and chat, probably till the 27th of December. But obviously before that, I will be in Jerusalem and Bethlehem for Christmas Day, God willing. And we're going on retreat today to Ein Karim, the town of John the Baptist, of Zechariah and Elizabeth, the town of the visitation of Our Lady to Elizabeth after she receives the Annunciation. So that's a good place to be preparing spiritually, also leading up to Christmas celebration. The sun is probably up already, but that cloud is is filtering it there for us. So the silent retreat will be from tonight until the 18th. And then we have special community activity. And then Christmas. And today the Advent readings, again the normal Advent readings, are going step by step. And today's readings particularly is showing us it's a great message of consolation from Isaiah the prophet. The beginning of the book of consolation, 15 chapters of Isaiah. The experts also call it the second Isaiah. We won't need to go into all that now. It starts off with these words, comfort, comfort my people. Such tender words. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim to her that her service is at an end. That's close to slavery. Her service is at an end. It's time to celebrate. A voice cries out, prepare the way of the Lord. And there's another John the Baptist motif, calling out to prepare the way of the Lord. Every mountain and hill should be made low, so it's easy to go across there. If you had to go across terrain like that with a donkey and some cargo, that would be quite the effort. Prepare the way of the Lord. The stuff that's in our heart that needs to be removed so that the Lord can enter. That beautiful Psalm 24, lift up the lintel of the doorway so that the Lord may enter. Prepare the way of the Lord, a path of light and warmth. The rugged land shall be made a plain, the rough country a broad valley. Then the glory of the Lord shall be revealed. And all people shall see it together. So it's not just a personal thing, it's the community celebration, all the people rejoicing when the evil is over. And how we love to rejoice together and celebrate. There are more images here as well about going up to the top of the mountain and crying out cry out at the top of your voice, "Here comes your God with power." But what's interesting about that is, if we read that in conjunction with the gospel reading, which actually is a great match because it's also a shepherding image, that Isaiah evokes here, like a shepherd, he feeds his flock. In his arms he gathers the lambs, carrying them in his bosom. And one little image here that really touches me, and leading the ewes with care, the mother sheep, and especially if they were shortly before giving birth, the care we would take of them in the farm if we had to move them, not to rush them, not to make them run. Treat them with care, leading the ewes with care. And this segues into the Good Shepherd, that if a man has 100 sheep and one of them goes astray, would he not leave the 99 in the hills? Sometimes children will say, "But that's crazy. You should stay with the 99 that are grazing there on the hill." But a shepherd can't afford to lose a sheep. It doesn't work like that. We used to look for every sheep that was lost. Sometimes a sheep would get caught up in the briars at a hedge, and the briars would entangle in the wool, and the more the sheep turned to get out, the worse they became entangled. It was a terrible job to free up a sheep from a patch of ground that was briary that they weren't supposed to get into. You had to deal with the thorns, the briars, and disentangle them from the wool. It was almost impossible. It was difficult. It wasn't an enjoyable task. But it was great to have the sheep freed at the end of it. And maybe there were still some thorny pieces stuck in the wool, but that was enough for that day. But the shepherd would not leave one go astray. And I heard that beautiful commentary this morning from this priest in Frankfurt, and he's talking about collateral damage. We use that expression, collateral damage. And he made the point that we should never include human beings in collateral damage. No human being is ever collateral damage. That's a horrible way to look at a human being. Every human being is in the image and likeness of God. No matter what adjectives you put with that human being, no matter what state they're in, no matter what state of health they're in, no matter what state of mental health they're in, no matter what state of soul health they're in, no human being is ever collateral damage. No human being can be written off as collateral damage. Why? Because the reason for this conviction is because God comes to save. That's the reason. And he loves every single one so much, including the people that did you the most damage. Because actually the most damage isn't what you received, but what they did to themselves by doing that evil deed. And therefore also the love of enemies is deeply connected here to this parable. Because enemies are lost. People who set up against other human beings to eliminate them, to destroy them, those human beings are missing something. And therefore they deserve great compassion. Just like when we see somebody that doesn't have enough to eat, when we see somebody who's sick, who needs help. Humanity is very dysfunctional, many parts of our humanity. We have wonderful accomplishments, amazing accomplishments, but also we have to take note of the dysfunctionality and try to help. Even starting with a prayer, because that is a very powerful resource. Like Isaiah is calling out, look to your God. This is what he has to cry out from the top of the mountain. Look to your God. No prayer is ever wasted. No prayer is ever lost. And prayer is also recognizing, Lord, I can't do it. I can't fix this world. I'm asking you, Lord. I turn to you. And each one's recognition of God is bringing balance into reality for all those who turn away from him. Despite the fact that in the depths of their heart they're looking for him and they need him and they want him. And when he finds the one that's lost, he rejoices more over it than over the 99 that did not stray. So the Lord comes with power. It's not with vast armies or with huge computers or with lots of money. He comes with the power of his love. And no human being is collateral damage for him. Every single human being is a motive for him to lay down his life. Instead of protecting our lives, taking their lives, he's laying down his life for us to redeem us. That's a revolution. That's coming with power. And that revolution is working as much as we could be doubtful about it in some parts of the world. People, God bless you. So the next sunrise stroll and chat will certainly not be before the 18th of December, and some factors may alter if I'll be able to do it the immediate days after that. But I do hope to have sunrise stroll and chat for you, depending on how the midnight mass goes, maybe on Christmas Day. And that would be from Notre Dame. But I will try to have some other communications in the week before that with you. We'll keep you posted and let you know on the WhatsApp chat as well, for especially those ones who are always following. God bless you. See you later, alligators. Good to have you here. Provisional goodbye from Magdala.